Hello and welcome to My Mom's Basement is another special YouTube edition of the show. This is just going to be on YouTube. It's just going to live here. And we are reacting to the Suicide Squad trailer. Then we're not really reacting, I guess. We've both seen it. It's not one of those where we're going to be like, oh my God, look who it is. It's not one of those. But James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie has finally got a trailer. It's going to be rated R. I am looking forward to it tremendously as a big fan of James Gunn and as a big fan of the Suicide Squad as characters. You know, the David Ayer movie that we got in 2016, the marketing campaign behind it was awesome. The trailers were awesome. The soundtrack was awesome. And the movie we got just really wasn't awesome. I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be, truthfully. But man, that third act, just the CGI mess that it became was rough. Clem, what do you think about the trailer to the new Suicide Squad, which is being described as kind of a mix between a reboot and a sequel? We don't really know what it is. Even from the trailer, you know, it seems to be sort of a sequel. We get Amanda Waller, Viola Davis is back, Harley Quinn is back, Margot Robbie, even Captain Boomerang is back, but there are a ton of new members to the team.
So I am going in with this from a little bit of a different perspective than you, which I think is good on this show. I think you're usually there opening weekend and you got all the stuff, you know, the backstories, you've read the books. I'm a little more casual, and especially with DC, you guys know my rule with DC is I need to hear it from the critics and like the masses that this thing is legit before I go to any movies. I got burnt a couple times back in the day. I am officially hashtag done with DC unless I have a reason to go. That reason here is James Gunn. I am going to see this movie. I think when we did our podcast in the beginning of the year, this might have been like number one or top 5 of my most looking forward to, you know, events or movies, TV shows of the year. I'm also going in without a fucking clue what's going on because I didn't see the first Suicide Squad. So I need some sort of a backstory. Either I'm going to have to do a YouTube catch up or I'm going to have to like hope they have a little bit of an origin story because I have kind of idea what goes on, right? Like they're bad guys that they're sending in, the government sending in to kind of do a job. And if they don't do it, they'll like kill them basically. And I'm watching a fucking trailer, which I called it the Guardians of the DC universe because it feels like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, right? It's like you have the comedy,
really
you have the fucking awesome classic rock song Steely Dan just
I know Steely Dan. I was gonna shout it out. Like James Gunn just knows how to put music to movies,
and everything about that felt like it was like the odd humor, but it fits so perfectly. Everything about it I loved. So I am extremely stoked about it. I just went to the IMDb page of Suicide Squad. I know Harley Quinn. I don't know any of these fucking names. Rick Flag, King Shark. That fucking shark's name is King Shark.
And he's the man. He was in DC's when they rebooted the comic books as the New 52. He was in their Suicide Squad. That's when I got into the squad. That's when I started reading the comics. He was a part of that team. So I'm like, yes, finally. They brought him into the CW Flash show. I loved him there. And from the trailers, I mean, Sly Stallone is doing his voice. I love King Shark. He better be one of these guys that doesn't go out in this movie dead. I think James Gunn is going to wind up killing off a lot of the team, and a King Shark better not be one of those guys. I already see it. He's going to have like a K2SO heroic demise, and we're all going to be like crying over this fucking shark who's gnawing on human skulls and ripping people apart in the trailer. But goddamn, he's adorable anyway.
And that was one of the coolest things about this trailer was I didn't realize this was going to be a rated R movie. And the fact that you had, obviously it was like a red band trailer. You had the F-bomb. You had a dude getting ripped in half by a shark and a dude getting eaten by a shark.
Dick jokes with Idris Elba and John Cena in the back, which was so funny. Like John Cena, man, he's going to have an amazing acting career after this. We know that he's getting his own series based on this character, the Peacemaker. We don't know if it's a prequel or a sequel, but it's going to be on HBO Max. And James Gunn's filming that right now. So this might be the start of, I don't want to say the start because I know John Cena's been in stuff. Bumblebee's been in Blockers, but this is going to be a massive platform for him.
And this, like the John Cena with Batista kind of similarities, right? Where it's like you have the ex-wrestler getting into the acting thing. It does kind of have that vibe to it. And I've seen a bunch of people after I said I watched the trailer were saying how King Shark is basically the Groot of this whole thing, right? Which, you know, he's just murdering motherfuckers because he's strong as hell. But you could also see like the "We Are Groot" moment, you know.
He's a bit adorable, yeah.
We are King Shark, and he's just dying. I saw our boy Coley Mick too. There was like a clear just fuck up on the editing where they had him raise his hand twice, and I was immediately going WandaVision, being like, did the Flash just go around the world and like change the world? And I have to stop with conspiracy theory nonsense. I'm starting to lose my mind. But I don't know anyone on this list basically other than Harley Quinn. But you're telling me that's probably by design because a bunch of these people are it's like Rogue One. You know this is a suicide mission, basically. You're probably not going to get a bunch of these people at the end of it.
And look at even Guardians of the Galaxy. You didn't know who those people were
True.
before James Gunn took a stab at it. I didn't, at least. So I think he's the perfect guy for the job. At the end of the trailer, we see the debut of Starro. If you're not aware, ladies and gentlemen, Starro is this massive starfish that is a villain in the DC universe. And he was the Justice League's first ever villain in the comics was Starro. He's a fucking giant starfish who shoots spores onto people's faces, so it like will cover up their face, and then he can mind control them. He can regenerate, so if you chop his arms off, boom, he's coming back. Jeez. This is one of those guys that really you never thought you would see in a movie, because what a ridiculous villain. Even people make fun of the comic books cover sometimes, but I think James Gunn kind of thrives in that. He's like, gimme Starro, gimme Weasel, gimme King Shark. Like, I made a fucking tree and a talking raccoon work. I'm gonna make this work.
Yeah, the weirder the better for James Gunn. It's a beautiful, crazy mind. I mean, that's why if this is kind of the bar for DC, they can't make a James Gunn movie work. I'm basically out on them until further notice, because the guy just doesn't fucking miss, and he's doing it with, like you said, it's not like they gave him Spider-Man or the X-Men. He was doing with the Guardians of the fucking Galaxy. So I mean, the trailer is absolutely awesome. I'm stoked, and I think I have to do a YouTube recap because I had no idea who Starro was. I don't know who any of these guys are, and my biggest mistake was going into the Watchmen series on HBO without doing like a refresher of all the background. And then after the third episode, whichever one with the dude with the shiny face, without giving out spoilers.
Oh yeah.
But his little thing, I'm like, what the fuck was that all about? I didn't know what had happened with the squid and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm like, oh, that makes a lot more sense. So I think anyone that's like me, that is very casual DC fan, doesn't really know what's going on, but is 100% in because of James Gunn, we're going to have to find like the perfect YouTube refresher, or if the Lights Camera Barstool guys want to do some sort of, this is the Suicide Squad meeting. I'm stoked. So the Joker's not in the Suicide Squad.
As far as we know, he's not. He is in the first one. Yeah. He's not a part of the team. It's sort of a side thing, and there's even sort of side things going on in this trailer. We see in the beginning, it looks like the squad is going to break Harley Quinn out, and she's already broken out. But some people are speculating that that wasn't their mission, and Amanda Waller was shocked that they went to go get Harley. So I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. I like that the trailer didn't give too much away. We still don't really know. Is Starro going to be the villain for the whole thing? Who knows? I thought Polka Dot Man might have been the villain when they announced the cast, but he looks to be part of the squad as well.
I see that, and that was the other thing too, like the Harley Quinn reveal. I was like, that's a fucking really good gag that I wish they didn't waste. But I think that probably was just some trailer fodder, which definitely got me excited. And if they kind of just spin that to what it really becomes, it's all there for the taking. The penis joke was absolutely hilarious. Eating a bunch of dicks. I was going to
personalized license plate joke was great by Harley.
that led to I loathe personal license plate people.
Oh, they're the worst. It's
also because I'm poor and all right, say you had Portnoy money. Do you think you would ever end up with a personalized license plate?
No, God, no. No, it just draws attention to you in the car. I don't want attention drawn to me while I'm driving. What if I make a shitty turn or something?
I don't think I ever would either. Maybe I would change if I could have a nicer plate version or something like that, but I hate that kind of shit too. So that absolutely landed. I was going to bring a weird question into the basement, like how many dicks would you eat for this? We're just going to leave that one alone. I saw the way you reacted to my Bucky dick question last week. So we're going to pump the brakes on the dick questions in the basement. Mama Fox is upstairs. I don't want her to hear the stuff that we're talking about right now.
All right. So James Gunn, there you've heard it. We are so in on the Suicide Squad. You have both of our faith. You have both of our trust. Please don't let us down. Please don't kill King Shark either. King Shark kind of our guy already. From this 2-minute trailer, he's my guy. I want a King Shark t-shirt. I want a fucking fin. I'll go to the movie theater wearing a shark fin on my head. He's my guy.
Movie approved. This is movie theater approved too. This is one I think you have to see in the theater for sure.
Yeah, because it's coming out in a few months as well. So let us know if you want to see this movie in the comments below. Let us know what you're looking forward to. If you're looking forward to Starro, and we'll hit you with a Falcon and Winter Soldier recap on Monday.
Subscribe.